Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Dazzling Dave for your match preview, the local derby, which is Aston Villa versus our team Wolverhampton Wanderers. We've got the team news, stats, facts, team starting lineup prediction. My dad said making an appearance, hopefully with sound. We've also got a Villa YouTuber giving their thoughts ahead of this game as well, and of course my match prediction, all coming up next. So just before we get started, if you haven't already done so, please, with the cherry on the top, turn on the bell notifications for YouTube for my channel so you'll never miss an upload, and hopefully you can join me for the live stream against Villa right here on this channel. So in terms of the team, well, the press conferences have been had, the Villa press conferences, and of course Nuno's just done his. The good news is for Wolves that there is no any fresh injury concerns. Wolves still have a fully fit, full strength squad to pick from. There was an interesting question that came from a reporter during the press conference and saying, do Wolves have to make Champions League for certain players to stay? And he said no, they're happy here and being part of the journey. Obviously it's going to be a big help, and as we approach this game, you know, Wolves are in with a fantastic opportunity on two fronts of making the Champions League. We're still in 6th place, same points as Manchester United with 47 points, 5 points behind Chelsea after their win last night, and Leicester in 3rd place, now only 6 points ahead. Now, if I was a Leicester fan right now, I'd start to be looking over my shoulder and worrying. You've seen, obviously, in a lot of these athletic races, what happens when someone is leading the race and they come off the bend and they tense up and it stresses out. That lead against that Wolves had many years ago to go up into the Championship, that 11-point lead, tensed up and it got eaten away. So who's to say, not just Champions League, who's to say we can't go after 3rd? Just saying. Call me mad, but it's on, isn't it? It's possible. And Leicester and Chelsea play each other next as well. So the possible good news for Villa, because they've got a fully strength team as well, is the fact that they might have Danny Drinkwater and Henry Lansbury back involved in this one. When we look at the head-to-head, Villa tend to have a little bit of the upper hand when it's playing at Villa Park. At the last 4 meetings, they've won 2 and drawn 2. In fact, I saw a stat, whether or not this is true or not, you can let me know, that Wolves have not won at Villa Park in their last 14 visits. I don't know whether that's a true stat or not, putting it out there, but that's what I've been told by someone, so let me know on that one. On ahead to some Villa stats and facts. Villa are without a win in their last 7 league matches, drawing 2 and losing 5, so they're not on a great run of form. And in fact, their only win in their last 10 matches in the league is a victory over Watford in January. In terms of the top half of the table, in 15 games, Villa have only won 2 points, and they have kept only 1 clean sheet in their last 12 games, scoring just 2 goals in their last 5 league fixtures. They did get that late equaliser away against Newcastle, which psychologically will put them in a good stead for obviously a better place for starting this particular match. Wolves are on a 7-game undefeated run in the Premier League at the moment, winning 4 and drawing 3, and they've only conceded in 1 of those games. Wolves' tally of 49 points in 31 Premier games played so far this season is their best in the top flight Premier League. Also, interestingly enough, Wolves didn't allow Bournemouth a single shot on target in that 1-0 win. And the Mexican sensation Raul Jimenez has scored 24 goals in all competitions so far this season. That's more than any other Premier League player, and he scored 4 in his last 5 league games. So before we get on to my thought predictions and my dad, hopefully if it works, I've got a guest again this week, a top lad, Villa on tour. His name's Max, giving his thoughts and prediction and a Villa fan perspective ahead of this game.
Right, hello Dave, Max here from Villa on tour. Aston Villa against Wolves then on Saturday. I'm not confident at all. Our last result was the Newcastle 1-1 where we came from behind, but we weren't great in that game. We haven't really been great since we've come back. Yes, we've picked up a couple of points, but I just don't see where the next win is going to come from. You look at our fixtures, we've got Wolves, obviously, Liverpool, United, Arsenal, even Crystal Palace. They're a good, defensively well-drilled side. So I just don't see where the next win is going to come from for us. So in terms of our game against Wolves, I'm really not confident. It wouldn't surprise me if it was 3-0 Wolves. That's my prediction. I think Adama Traore and the pace of Adama Traore is worrying for us. Even the midfield can tear us apart. You look at Neves, Moutinho, just players like that who can just pick off a pass like that and just tear us a new one, basically. Raul Jimenez has been one of the best strikers in the Premier League this season, without a doubt. And Adama and Raul Jimenez have linked up, already in both of your games previously. So we need to really look out for that. And Raul Jimenez's movement and his heading ability just does worry me massively. Yes, it's at Villa Park, but obviously there's no fans, so that's not really going to play a part. It's a massive game for both of us. You're not going for, even Champions League. Us lot trying to scrape for every single point we can. So yeah, I'm really not confident. I'm going to say 3-0 Wolves. Oh, well, what can you do? I do think we'll get relegated. I know it's really close with us and West Ham and Bournemouth and even, Watford as well, but I just don't see it happening. But, good luck to you lot for the rest of the season. And, up the Villa.
So, thanks ever so much, Max. Max giving his honest view there. Obviously quite nervous ahead of this one from his point of view. And he's gone for, obviously, that 3-0 win. Myself, I'm going to come with mine in a minute. But before we get on to me, let's have a listen to my dad and see what he thinks. Hey Dad, are you looking forward to the Villa game?
I sure am.
And
doing great.
You're doing great. And what are you thinking for the score and for the Villa match? And who do you think's going to score, if anyone?
I think it'll be 2-1.
2-1 to who, Dad?
Who do you think?
Go on, tell us.
The Magic Wolves.
And who's going to score the goals, Dad?
Traore.
Traore.
Oh, Traore.
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 Traore. Close.
I usually use them.
I hate it. And then who else?
And Jota.
Who?
Jota. Is it Jota?
Jota. So
They get that right, have I?
Yeah, so Traore and Jota, you're going for 2-1, Dad.
2-1, yeah.
Fantastic.
Okie dokie.
There it is from Magic Moss.
Okay. Okie dokie.
Yes, Dad.
Love you, son.
Love you too, Dad. Now I'm going to have a look ahead at what I think the starting lineup might be. We're playing away at Villa Park. This game would be a raucous atmosphere. Obviously, it's not the main derby for either side, what with Villa, Birmingham and Wolves baggage, but the last few seasons there has been this kind of mind the gap local derby between Wolves and Villa, and although there won't be the fans in the stadium, it's still going to be incredibly competitive. But it does help Wolves a little bit, I think, that obviously the Villa Park crowd are not there behind them, because it would be raucous more so than any other game, and they'd allow them a little bit despite the form. But Wolves could have turned the crowd, it could have worked in our favour. However, there's no crowd there, but the fans will be of either club will be behind him. So the team I think he'll go with a similar formation to when we played away against West Ham, and that's going to be 3-5-2 to start with. So it's going to be Rui Patricio, Bolly, Cody and Saiz, Neves and Dendoncker, and also Moutinho in the middle, Johnny Otto, Matt Doherty and Jimenez and Jota up front. Would not be surprised that he's going to leave Adama Traore again on the bench and consolidate into the game and then change the formation later if he needs to. We do have a lot of firepower on the bench. Pedro Neto, what fantastic run, the way he's playing. He probably might feel he's a little bit lucky not to start, but Jota's, he's putting the effort. He just hasn't managed to create the clear-cut opening. So I'm going to say this one's going to be tight, that we will concede a goal, but Wolves will win the game, and it's going to be 2-1. And I'm going to tip Jota to score and Neves to score on this particular one. Again, leave your score predictions below in the comment section. How you're feeling ahead of this one? Are you nervous? Where you're going to be watching it in the world? And as I say, don't forget to turn the bell notifications on so you get notified for when the live stream starts, and join in with the other Wolves fans for the chat as we go through the game. So it's an interesting one, isn't it? Wolves 6 out of 6 points since the restart, on the heels, but if we're really going to continue to put the pressure on the likes of Chelsea, United and Leicester, we've got to be winning this game. We've got to be winning it and pushing. And obviously, you know, the Villa fans will be wanting their team desperate to get out. They're going to be fighting for their lives. But let's hope that we can do it. We can continue the pressure, and then we've got about a week off then before we go again. So from myself, Dazzling Dave, until the next one, always Wolves.